live at the scene. So this is the train station I was talking about. You guys can hear me, by the way, right? Can you let me know in the chat? What do we think of it so far? Rubbish. Rubbish indeed, Monsieur Glad. No, but I get off my bus around here, and I figured that this would be a good spot to come to and kind of clean up now that things are a lot more not covered in snow, so to speak. Watch out for the zombies. Thank you, Phantom. I will certainly keep that in mind. But anyways, let's hop to it, guys. My garbage bag has started to go inside out, so that won't be much of a problem anymore once we actually start getting it filled up with some garbage. Anyways. Gosh, what cooperates that is. Alright, let's start gathering up the trash here. Yeah, this, I've said it before, sites like this, especially like abandoned construction sites, they can oftentimes be a pretty bad source of stimulation for this kind of stuff. Oops, pages. It can get pretty nasty when things like this are left for a prolonged period of time. Nobody tidies it up. So I took people's advice, and I'm wearing gloves this time around. Decided that'd probably be in my best interest. Let me not just poke myself on that absolute freaking punchy stick right there. Just raise myself on. Let's get some of this trash taken care of here, though. I don't know, though, guys. If you are Christian, if you're not, I don't know, send out good vibes or something like that. But if you are, if you don't mind praying for my cousin right now, they're in the ICU at the moment, unfortunately. They're having a bit of a tough time. So, the prospects on them are not looking the best right now. And unfortunately, they're too far away for me to go see them at the moment. And with me, the way that my mind works, I like to do something with myself. I like to occupy myself in a way that feels like I'm actually making some kind of a difference, especially when faced with stuff like that. So, if I can't make a difference by seeing her, I can at least make a difference out here. Taking care of all of this garbage and stuff. By the way, sorry in advance for all the vehicle noise that you might be hearing right now. Can't really be helped given the area that I'm in right now. Less snow today, yes, that's for sure. Incoming zombie behind you. What's wrong with her? Why the ICU? Without getting into too much detail, she's been suffering with a lot of medical problems for the past couple of years right now, and she has been an absolute trooper while dealing with it. She's always had a very positive mentality, and for the last few months her prognosis was looking quite good. Looks like she went back home even though she was in just general hospice care for a long time. She went back home for a few months, and then she had a sudden issue that caused that to change rapidly, unfortunately. So now she is in the ICU, and not gonna lie, guys. It's not been the easiest thing. Thank you so much. Random lifted truck over there. Really appreciate it. We all know exactly how large your penis size truly is, sir. Yes. Thank you for advertising it, so that the rest of us can unequivocally know just how small it really is. Anyways, it's been pretty challenging, and I ain't gonna lie. Do I think it made a difference? Who knows? But I prayed. And if it does make a difference, cool. That's kind of the way that I think about it. If it makes a difference that I said something about it, who knows? Maybe it doesn't, because I don't believe, right? Maybe it won't make a difference at all. But I prayed over it, and I can only hope that things work out for her, because unfortunately this isn't the first time that she has been close to the edge, so to speak. She came back from it once, when most people thought that she wouldn't, and the hope now is that she will do so again. Because like I said, if anybody has been handling some really tough stuff going on in their life, I don't really want to get too personal about it, but best case scenario right now, if she does make it out of the hospital, her entire left side is going to be paralyzed. That's what the doctors are saying. And that's on top of the fact that she was already unable to walk without massive physical therapy for a really long time. So now all of that hard work that she did with physiotherapy is gonna have to be relearned from scratch if she makes it. And man, if it's difficult for somebody to have hope, that's gotta be the person. And yet, in spite of that, she's still there, holding on, doing her best. I mean, if she can't have hope, then who the hell can, am I right? Who the hell can? Give her our love. I'll do my best, Big Bad Mama. I'll do my best. You have our prayers, and I hope God... Yeah, like, seriously, Achilles, pass it along. You don't have to give details or anything, as a matter of fact. Just give the bare minimum facts. Just say Aiden has a cousin named Jess, and we'd really appreciate it if you would pray for her. Because I'll take what I can get right now, ladies and gentlemen, at this current impasse. Oh, dropped my cardboard right there. I will take what I can get. Whatever that may be. How's everybody doing out there, though? I don't know, guys. I might start doing a couple of, not that I'm gonna stop doing the news, but I might be doing more streams like this, over the next little while here. Because I still want to be out here making a difference, trust me. I still want to be trying to affect the world. I feel like, if anything, this might do a little bit more to affect the world in a positive way. Even more so than me just sitting at home talking about things. Not to say that doesn't do anything, obviously. But I might take a step back for a little while and just kind of chill out on stuff like that. Because there's been a lot going on lately. And the last thing in need. Interpersonal drama. Now, what I'm kind of thinking, the way that I'm kind of thinking we'll make a compromise is that I'll probably start covering the news maybe twice or once a week, only temporarily. I'm sure I'll go back to my regular coverage at some point. I don't think I'm going to stop. I might just kind of walk things back on a temporary basis, though. I've really been enjoying my time out here on YouTube. You're making a difference and affecting the world in a positive way by talking about things too. No, I know. Trust me, Achilles, I'm aware. It's not that I'm not acknowledging that. It's not that. It's just... Let me put it this way. I don't have to deal with a giant mob of people who naysay me every single time I make a difference in this aspect, right? There's really not all that many people out there constantly trying to tell you that you're doing things wrong and that you should cover this or cover that when I'm doing this. And it's not that you gotta let those people define every aspect of your life. Of course not. But I think everybody needs a break every once in a while, right? Everybody needs a bit of a rest from that kind of stuff. Especially if important things happen. I don't have a problem covering that. I'm sure I'll pop on other people's streams every once in a while to talk about stuff. Oh, Phantom made a couple comments. So Grayson Hawk was coming back from his hiatus. You should reach out to him and suggest that you guys do a trash pickup collab. He's done streams like that too. That'd be good. That would be a good thing to make it a fundraiser, Phantom. It's a great idea. That is a great idea. Anyways, we're making progress here, guys, slowly but surely. We're chipping away at the trash. That is a giant piece of concrete. That is not, in fact, trash. Unfortunately, although it's not nearly as likely as in the good old United States of America, it's not impossible. There's some pokey things in files like this. That's why you got to, if you ever have suspicion about something like that, A, if it's shiny like that and you're not sure whether or not it's glass, use something else to kind of turn it over, see what it sounds like, if it kind of tinkles like glass, or if it's got like a decent amount of weight or heft to it and it's shiny. Chances are you're dealing with glass. You're gonna want to not pick that up with your bare hands. No, this is certainly not the first time that I've done stuff like this. This is among the first times I've ever streamed. I guess it's definitely the second time I've ever streamed doing this. But back in my hometown, I used to do stuff like this as well. There's also bottle drives for veterans. That was a big one that we would do for our Air Cadet organizations in order to get some money together for the local Legion. Make sure that veterans have a little bit more to fall back on than just the bare minimum pension they get given. It realistically doesn't give them any kind of lifestyle whatsoever. Except maybe if you're lucky, eating a stale can of Campbell's soup under a swinging light bulb on top of an old Formica table. It's about the best lifestyle you can hope for as a veteran under the current Canada pension plan in your elderly age. So thankfully there are organizations out there like the Legion that collect money and distribute it to veterans so that they have, God forbid, I know to the rich billionaire 1%, actual opportunity to scrimp and save a couple of dollars and not live in destitute poverty. Got some more comments here. Yeah, it's Zomboid, the real life video. You're the only one in my YouTube sphere actually caring to voice a negative opinion towards our ruler. Hey man, I don't want to let that go. Oh, by the way, for anybody out there that's currently watching, if you haven't, I would appreciate it if you would like the stream. If anything, just because it would get it out to a wider audience. I think that would be good. But anyways, I'm not gonna stop when it comes to that kind of content. Don't worry. I'm not gonna stop making my opinion known about those things. All I'm talking about is, well, maybe first and foremost, taking a bit of a break. I don't know. I've really got to consider it. Part of me wants to, like, just take a week or two off, right? And just not cover anything for a couple of weeks. And just kind of do some chill streams like this, where I'm just going around collecting trash and stuff like that. Part of me wants to do that. However, another part of me wants to just kind of walk things back a little bit. So I'm still deciding what I want to do there. But anyways, I mean, another part of the reason why I want to kind of walk things back is because, let's face it, just the non-stop interpersonal drama has really gotta take a back seat. Not that it is in front seat right now, but in the proverbial minivan of life, there's a few different rows of occupation, and I would say I can definitely shunt the interpersonal drama back one or two rows, so to speak, and put that on the back burner, because at the end of the day, doing stuff like this is going to make a lot more of a difference than arguing with people on the internet. By the way, guys, my apology for the stream kind of being all weird the way that it was last time. It may cut out at any given moment, like it did that time, just due to the fact that the stream died. Or rather, my phone died. So if it suddenly cuts out, it's either because, for whatever reason, my internet cut out, which it shouldn't, or my phone died. And judging on how long I was able to go last time, I've got roughly an hour and a half worth of time on a full battery, which is pretty insane. This phone isn't even all that old. You know what? Why am I taking these big, giant trips all the way over to this garbage bag when I can literally just move the garbage bag? Let me just expedite this process and make this a lot more efficient. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of comments out here. What am I, Achilles' chopped liver? You too, but I'm being live streaming about it. No, that's true. Big Bad Mama's also out there covering this stuff. And he's been covering it longer than me. He's been putting out shorts talking about it longer than I have. So credit where it's due in that regard. I'm working on finishing up a video. I hope you guys like it. Oh, is it the one on... is that the one on the topic that you told me about before? I don't want to spoil it or anything like that. but is that on the topic that I think that you're talking about? Because I would love to play that on my channel. I'm sure, like you said, you're gonna premiere it rather on the PGs. But yeah, I'd love to feature that over on my channel. Alright. We're making a dent here, guys. I ideally would like to get this entire pile cleared before my phone dies. Oh, hold on a second. We got a tubular red thing here. Hold on. Let's be careful. Okay. It's just a wrapper for something. Yeah. Orange or red tubular items. That's where you gotta be careful. Totally tubular, man. Totally give you HIV or AIDS if you poke yourself with it, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. Hope you find a $50 bill while digging. That'd be neat. I don't know if I told you about it, Achilles, but I found a purse the other day. I was in the... I don't really often do it, but there is... I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You'll just be able to make out the corner over there. There's a Walmart right over there. And attached to that Walmart is a McDonald's. And given how close it is to my bus stop, which is at this train station right here, what I do every once in a blue moon to treat myself on my way home from the museum is I'll go and I'll grab myself a meal over at the McDonald's. And when I say treat myself, I really actually mean don't really have the energy to be able to make myself lunch in between working at the museum and working at my other job. So, lo and behold, I'm in the McDonald's and I find a purse sitting, well, it's kind of like a purse wallet, I should say. It's not a full purse. But it's one of those giant wallets that you really are only practically able to have if you have a purse with it. And in that thing is like a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of like different bank cards and stuff like that, ID. So I took it up to the person counter and asked them whether I should turn it in to the main customer service desk at the Walmart. And they told me no, it'd be better to turn it into them because chances are they'll go looking in the actual McDonald's. So, gave it to them. Hopefully some random McDonald's employee didn't just help themselves to the content. Pretty sure the person I spoke to at the counter was the manager. But that's what you gotta do when it comes to that kind of stuff. Don't pick up condoms either. Yeah, that one as well. That's another one that you definitely want to leave alone. You know, it's unfortunate that it's going to take a prolonged period of time for that to break down, but that's also not really my problem. Seems like somebody else's problem. Yes, sirree. Let's get this plastic off of this tree branch. Get it fully off. There we go. Ball it up. And this piece right here. Yeah, what I've been finding after kind of surveying the neighborhood, and it's pretty typical of most neighborhoods, right now is probably the best time for me to be doing this kind of cleanup because
hedges are massive, kind of like sieves almost for neighborhoods. They just catch litter. And this is definitely not a hedge. However, there's just enough kind of like of a thicket around here that all this litter gets caught up in it and just kind of stays here. So before all of the shrubbery kind of like grows back, both over here and in all these different hedges, this is definitely the time of year I want to be going around and clearing that kind of stuff out. Oh, sorry. I'm not even really paying attention to where I'm pointing the camera here, guys. I'm just trying to grab garbage. This garbage bag, though, it's already filling up pretty quickly. Making decent progress here, guys. Oh, hold on. I'm not sure that let's put in there a little bit better than it currently is. We got a big branch in here. We don't want that. Not only is that going to take up a bunch of unwanted space, it's also going to poke through the bag, just to make it all around pain in the ass to deal with. Anyways, though, how's everybody out there doing in the chat? I see Clad is popped in. If Aiden was a Christian, he could pick up little by the power of prayer. To which Achilles says, we're not Buddhist monks, Claude. Yeah, it would be a pretty cool power. I gotta be honest with you. If I saw Christian environmental activists just levitating litter with the power of prayer, I probably would reconsider that whole going to church thing, you know? I probably would give that Chick Tract pamphlet a second read over to catch my drift. Come on now, Twix Bar. Don't be stubborn. Yeah, we got all kinds of litter up over here, but thankfully, like I said earlier, get it taken care of now. There won't be nearly as much come next year. But I would like to make this, if not like an all the time thing, depending on how the community stays after I kind of get it initially tidied up. Depending on how quickly garbage reappears, I could make this a semi-regular thing on my channel. And hey, there's other neighborhoods out there. This is far from the only one that exists. Just oh, hold on a second. I lost power. Pray the trash away, that's right. One bit at a time. I lost power to my headphones there. You guys can hear me though still, right? Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me use that opportunity to ask for a like. Anybody out there that has not currently liked the live stream would be much appreciated. But yeah, we're making decent progress here, guys. We're definitely gonna have at least one trash bag full by the end of the live stream. And that's kind of my goal, given the sub-hour and a half time span that I've got before my phone typically dies while doing these things live. I think one trash bag rather, bare minimum. Pretty decent goal. Why am I going over here and removing trash? I'm kind of going all over the place. I'm not having a very organized approach right now. Re-examination has popped up in the chat. Let's see what Mr. Re-examination has to say. Quite an active chat right now, guys. Thank you very much, everybody that's hanging out right now.
Let's see. If you don't play the trash away, half of DAL may disappear. That's true, Claude. Very true indeed. Welcome to the Trash Cast. That's right, everybody. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Trash Cast. This is your boy, Aiden Linden, coming at you. Live from the trash heap. Hey, but good to see all of you guys. Good to see all of you guys. Yeah, we can hear you. Good. Because otherwise, this would be really embarrassing. If I just presumed that you could hear me the entire time and it's just been nothing but silence. I'm still getting used to... Oh, hold on. What do we got here? I'm still getting used to the vertical streams though, guys. We've got a bit different formatting than the other ones for sure. So, with that in mind, I'm trying my best. Glad says, join the trash panel and help pick it up. Yes. If you guys want to like come over to my neighborhood and help me pick up all the garbage, that'd be kind of cool. If you want to hop on a plane real quick, just like come visit Canada. Tell you what, me and Big Bad Mama, we're gonna do a trash stream together. I'm sure that's what he wants to do on his vacation, you know? Big Bad Mama, he's weary from his California lifestyle. Fresh-faced off the plane. Hey, Aiden. How's it good? He's definitely not seeing me first thing after he gets off the plane. That's already a fiction. But yeah, he comes to see me. Hey, Aiden, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, all right, Big Bad Mama. Get your trash gloves on. We're picking up garbage. Seems like a good time. If ever there was one. Alrighty. This picked up. Keep thinking that branch right there is like a piece of plastic. It's not. It's not a piece of plastic. This, however, is a piece of plastic. Yeah, plastic. As is this. What do we have here? Little trash pocket here. We gotta take care of. Can I pick it all up one-handed? See, that's the other thing. If I can get a GoPro or something like that, because Maud did suggest that at some point. She was like, get a GoPro. And it's like, that would be good, because then I could have a two-handed approach. Way more efficient at collecting the trash. You know how else I'd be way more efficient? If I didn't keep leaving the fucking garbage bag on the other side of where I'm cleaning up. It's like I can keep telling myself in my mind, hey Aiden, quit doing that. And does it really actually make a difference? Not really. Unfortunately. Not really. Anyways, when we plow with the Trash Cast, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, to like the Trash Cast. Re-examination. Have you liked the Trash Cast? Have you expressed your full-hearted appreciation for this exhilarating content you're here watching? You know what? I could do like Trash Cast after dark. With like a flashlight, and if anything, it would be like invigorating. It'd be more exciting because I could get like mugged or stabbed by a homeless person. Right here and now. Nah. No, I actually know a few of those people around here. I'm pretty cool with this.
If you know, by the way, that's a real test of whether you're a leftist ally or not. Do you know homeless people in your area? Do you know any of them by name? Oh boy, that is one filthy jacket right there. Let's get that deposited right over here. And I think I've gotten it all the way in. Nope, not quite. There we go. Panel plane. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Panel plane. Sorry, guys. I don't have the most invigorating commentary at the moment. Because I don't have a hell of a lot to say at the moment. I've got my mind on the prize. And that prize is a whole bunch of garbage that needs picking up. Whole bunch of trash. One handful at a time. Alright, this is just about full, especially now with that jacket there. It's getting to be quite full. Whew. That's got something in there. There's something in that bag of chips. Might be chips, but whatever it is, it stinks. Does not smell good. All right. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's one of those things when it comes to my cousin. It's one of those things that kind of makes you reorient your priorities a little bit in life. Makes you question whether or not what you're doing in your life, whether or not it's actually making a difference. And that's one of the main reasons why I started doing my show the way that I am doing it. Because it's one thing every once in a blue moon to say something when it's popular to do so. But it's another to actually actively try in whatever capacity you can to make a change in this world. You know, a lot of people, you ask them, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song? And you have a lot of people say like Thriller, or I don't know, fucking, sorry, I'm thinking of the song right now, but I'm just trying to think of the name. Billie Jean, not my love. Is it just Billie Jean? I think it might be Billie Jean. Sorry. But yeah, like those are the typical ones that people like. But you know what? My favorite Michael Jackson song, I like Man in the Mirror, dude. You want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. It's a good message. It is a good message. Hey, what's this? Somebody was smoking on some za. Yes, indeed. Gotta get heavy-duty trash bags for the next one. They're bigger and thicker. Yeah, heavy-duty trash bags would be ideal. Thankfully, I've got 2 extra ones. I've got 3 bags on hand. I would be genuinely shocked if I was able to get through all 3 of them within one stream. But I do have them. They do exist. I don't know, I'm just grabbing random trash right now. I think that might be one of the main reasons. My fucking ADHD ass brain is like, alright, yeah, it's more effective if you clean up the trash over here. But the trash over here, that's getting boring, Aiden. What about the random little bits and pieces of trash over there? It's like, just give yourself a second, dude. Give yourself a fucking second. Alright? At least pretend like you know how to coordinate this shit, you know? No, it's cool to see you here, Achilles. I missed you on the last one, but I figured this would be content in line with some of the stuff that you would appreciate. Oh boy, what do we got here? What do we got here? Alrighty. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought that was gonna be all saturated with something. But it wasn't. Thankfully. It was not. Hey, shout out to that one Man in the Mirror. Yeah. I like Man in the Mirror, dude. It's a good song. It's a bop. It's a real bop. Shout out to the one person that's currently watching right now. I'm not sure who you are, but yeah. Good to see you. No, I mainly wanted to do this as a stream just because I thought it would be a format that I didn't see a lot of people doing, was another reason. Besides just the obvious, like, getting out there and helping out your community kind of angle of things. Apparently, according to Phantom, Grayson Hawk has done a few of these, which is really good to hear. Just in general, like, anybody out there, if you're watching this right now, if you're watching it after the fact, oh, it's Achilles. Of course it's Achilles. Just me and you, Achilles, chilling out. Me and you against the world. No, damn it, what was I talking about? Right. Anybody out there in the community, you need to ask yourself, how many hours, how many days, when you really actually compile the number of hours together, how many days of my life have I spent in this community talking and talking and talking and talking and talking? And then just kind of compare and contrast that with how much time you've actually spent out in the real world getting stuff done. Because if you find that one of those things stacks up way higher than the other, then it might be time to reorient your priorities. At least in my opinion. Because let me tell you, it's not like it's only rewarding to everybody else. You actually kind of get a little bit of a side benefit of feeling like you're actually doing something out in the world and making a difference. Oh, hold on. My camera's all blurry right now. I think I might need to refocus it. Uno momento, por favor. Here we go. I think that's better. Alrighty. Give me one sec here, guys. I've got to put this glove back on properly. And you know what? While I do that, I am just going to take a real quick breather here. I think I've earned that at this point. Real quick breather. Just gonna set this down right here. Woo! Huh. So, what's everyone else up here right now? Well, there's everybody else up here. It's me, myself, and I. I'm just doing a live stream right now. Trash field. That's what I'm up to at the moment. I guess it's me or YouTube messing up the count. Oh. Well, hey, if there's a bunch of other people out there, that's kind of cool. But even if it is just Achilles, it don't make no difference to me. It don't make no difference. I'm still out here getting the garbage taken care of, bit by bit. What am I at right now for battery? There's no actual way that I'm at 71%. That's gotta be a lie. That's gotta be a lie. I think my phone might be glitching out here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like, you can still hear me right now, at least, right, Achilles? Because my phone's glitching out that heavily to the point where I don't even have accurate battery percentage. I don't know what on earth is going on right now. Anyways, hold on. I'm gonna put you in my pocket really quick. I gotta put my phone back on. Gotta get put in my pocket. Just one moment. Put this glove will leave it and go back on. Now it's time for witty glove. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna have to make up your own answers. Whether to reapply a pair of rubber gloves. You know the problem is? They didn't bring extras. That's the problem. When you try to put on a pair of rubber gloves, especially when you've already got it's fine. Oh, hold on. I can immediately tell if I'm trying to put those on. Out. Come on. Not going to do that. That would be a silly thing to do. I'm not a silly person. No silly. Not in the slightest. Not my silly antics on this website. Not in the slightest. Right. Now, if that process wasn't tedious enough. Oh, of course. Of course. So I put the first glove on. And the first glove, which you would assume would be a super... How do I come back to 3 people? Holy crap. Anyways. Take it out of the pocket. Smells like something's died in there. Sorry, Achilles. Sorry, man. My bad. But you put the first glove back on, and you'd assume that would be an easier process. Because you're more dexterous when you don't have a rubber glove like this style. But no. That took like 5 goddamn minutes to do. Meanwhile, when I put the second glove on, when I double glove, no problem whatsoever. Just immediate. Because you do typically want a double glove when it comes to this stuff. Because, well, double gloving isn't going to be enough to prevent me from being poked. If there is something, in fact, that would poke me out of this trash pile. It would be enough to stop me from grazing myself on something sharp. So, it does offer better protection than nothing at all. Sorry, by the way, for all the awesome car sounds in the background. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Imagine if Adam finds a body and solves a crime. I think that my YouTube stream would get taken down pretty swiftly if I found a body on YouTube Live. Yeah, I think that stream will get taken down and used as evidence in a court of law. Can you imagine that? You guys would be there for that shit. Nobody else would believe you guys either. It'd be like Claude and Achilles and whoever the third person is right now that's watching. Like, you three would all be there like, no, guys, I saw it. It was there. I was like, dead to right, guys. Like, I'm not even like, sorry, no pun intended, but dead to rights. He had a body there, dude. I saw it. Nobody would believe you. Nobody would believe you because the live stream would get deleted by the authorities. Alright, I will say, it's not night and day, right? Not quite. But there's definitely a difference compared to how it was before. If you rewind the stream back to the very beginning and you look at how this shit looked before, it's starting to get better, just saying. It's starting to get better. So I'm probably going to have to wrap this up at about 4:30-ish. So it's 3:57 right now. I'm going to be able to go for about 40 more minutes, probably. And then, yeah, I could probably end it off at 22. And then go and take care of what I gotta go take care of, IRL. Oh, this is a full bag. So you know what? This is probably going to cap off the first garbage bag here. Means that we will, in fact... Oh, no, we still got a little bit of room here. We've still got some room. All hope is not lost, ladies and gentlemen. Proverbs Guys Ministries, welcome to the Trash Cast. I have one question for you, my friend. Have you liked the Trash Cast? Have you paid the Trash Cast? No, I'm just joking. How's it going? The stream is trash and volunteer work. Facts. That is true. That is true. It is both of those things. Hold on one second here, guys. There we go. Headphones were sitting just a little bit uncomfortably. Had to readjust those. Yeah, I don't have the highest quality setup to show off my process right now, unfortunately. But hey, who knows? Perhaps one day that shall change. You could very well be paying witness to the ground floor of Aiden's trash collecting empire in its nascent stage. Oh boy, what do we got here? What do we got here? This was, oh, it's a Sharpie container. Let's see. Army Salutes Proverbs Guys Ministries. Yeah, I went and checked out your videos and liked them up, Achilles. Because it's important what you guys are talking about over there as well. I probably don't say that as often as I should, but I'm not the only one that's trying to kind of wake people up in this community. You know, there's me, you, Big Bad Mama, And Steven, to a decent degree as well, he's kind of really starting to get his voice out there, you know? Really starting to lend his voice to that message, which I can certainly appreciate. Because the more people that stand up to this shit, the less that try to make excuses for it and joke about it and act like it's all just a giant meme. You know, I will say, even though I don't think Terry and Jamie watch this stream, which, oh no, hoo-hoo, I'm certainly losing plenty of sleep over that. But anyways, if they do happen to watch this stream, you guys were some of the only people in this community that I saw that were actually attempting to kind of get out there in the real world and do stuff. But when I actually saw what you were doing, it wasn't anything that was really adding to the message one way or the other. You were just kind of covering it for the sake of getting a bunch of views and attention. And it's like, well, maybe, just maybe, you could spend a little bit more time actively trying to help your community by cleaning it up, helping out, actually contributing to it. But I have a distinct feeling that cleaning up the streets of Portland might not get as many views and clicks and likes and shares as covering the protest or whatever you guys call it. So I have a slight inkling that that's never gonna happen. Over on your... Oh no! Crap, I let one of the pieces of plastic go there when I was trying to get the branch. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I myself am causing the very thing that I'm saying I'm trying to help. I just littered. Accidental though it may be. Going to protest for counter-protest 2026 stuff. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that counter-protesting, like, in of itself is a bad thing. Like, people should have the right to be able to do it. But it's very contextual, right? The very same way as, well, I agree people should have the right to protest. I mean, like, are you going to look at a protest over whether people should or should not be allowed to, I don't know, drink water on Thursdays? Sorry, I lost my power there for a second. But will you really look at that kind of protest movement the same way that you would a protest movement that's like, hey, let's stop indiscriminately killing children in this part of the world. Let's stop spending our tax dollars to do that. You know, I think you might look at those two slightly different. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I think that this trash bag is pretty full at this point, so I'm really sorry, Achilles, but I gotta put you back in the pocket. It's gotta happen. Sorry, my friend. Get this tied out here. And then we shall move on to bag numero dos. shall begin filling it anew. Ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Get you fine folk back out here into the real world. What do we think of it so far, Rabbi? Only the biggest load of rubbish I have ever seen made up. Thank you kindly, Claude. Alright, let's keep going though. If this bag will actually cooperate, that is. That's just the thing. The earliest stage of trash bag filling is always the most tedious because it has no weight whatsoever. So the second that you've got basically any wind in your area to deal with, all of a sudden, your bag flies away from you, and it's halfway across the road, and now you've got to go running after it. And I sincerely hope... Ah, great. Well, probably shouldn't have done that. Hopefully that'll come out easily. Hold on one second. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm more worried about Brianna's reaction to that, to be quite frank with you. I'm gonna have to hear about that later, I'm sure. Aiden, you stained your freaking pants. No, I gotta clean it out. Sorry. My bad. I wasn't really thinking. Kneeled down. Some mud. Daisy. I mean, I'm going around cleaning up trash, alright? I'm gonna get a little bit filthy in the process. Kind of comes with the territory, if I dare say. Sorry, that is not the bag that I need. The bag that I need is over here. Get some of the little pieces of trash out of here, because these are going to be just as much of a nuisance as the bigger pieces of trash in the long run, especially little strings like that. Can definitely be choking hazard for dogs while they're going on their walk, or other smaller animals. You don't want that stuff out there. Just because it's not the easiest thing to spot doesn't mean that it's not also important to pick up. But anywho, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm just going to... Actually get the gloves off right now. They won't let me. It's gonna have to be a whole process yet again. I don't want it to. What if I don't want 5 minutes of the live stream to be taken up dealing with the gloves? The gloves say we don't care, right? You're gonna have to deal with it anyway. Thank you so much. Oh, I did it! Alright, there's a method, ladies and gentlemen. There's a method. What you gotta do, for everybody out there, if you don't know, what you gotta do is you gotta kind of like pinch them a little bit, and you gotta like roll them up kind of like halfway, and then when you got them rolled up halfway, then you can get them off even if it's double glove, both at the same time, and you don't have to worry about putting them both on again. You can just put it on like a regular glove again. I did it. That's science, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing scientific research in the field right now And if that doesn't deserve a like on the stream, I quite frankly don't really know what does. Garbage bags try to get away from me. I don't think so. No, sirree, I do not think so. Not today. Anyways, I talked about it on my previous stream, and you know, I thought about it some more, and it's true. It's kind of sad that if like a fair few people were to see me just out here right now doing what I'm doing, they'd probably assume that I'm like doing this out of like community service or something, or that I'm like a vagrant, like trying to pick through, like try to find like clothes. Like the fact that people are that inherently suspicious of activity like, I don't know, perhaps. Oh, was my stream interrupted? It said that your stream was interrupted. I hope it wasn't. You know what the crazy thing is? I need to start putting my phone in my pocket more frequently, because it seems like my pocket is this magical portal where every single time I pull my phone out of my pocket, I have more viewers than what I had before. I don't know why. The only reason why I bring that up is because that's so paradoxical. Every single time that I bring it up, I'm always thinking that, like, well, I had my phone in my pocket there, so everybody's just gonna be gone. It's all just gonna be just me and Achilles again, just hanging out. But nope. Everybody's like, oh crap, this is the Pocket Cast? Hell yeah. Let's hang out here. No! Garbage bag. Stop it. It's not quite heavy enough, guys. It's almost reached the critical mass where it's going to be able to sit under its own weight. But it's not quite there yet. It's still kind of skittering around and refusing to cooperate when I try to put things inside of it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Definitely needed to take 5 minutes to put that little bit of garbage in there. Much obliged. How's everybody out there doing, by the way? If you haven't already, allow me to beseech you fine folk out there in the audience to please like the stream. If you have not, helps the channel out very much. And it will hopefully, based on the fact that YouTube largely seems to be all about chasing trends and following very rote, specific guidelines on how to do things. Oh, there we go. There's something that's a bit sharp right there. You see? That's why you double glove, ladies and gentlemen, because I could have scratched myself right there on that. But anyways, hopefully if this catches on as like a concept, other people start doing it too. Other people start doing it as well. And if there's any trend that I would like to be known for starting, you know, it would be cleaning up neighborhoods of their litter. Look at that trend. Can we stop with the I bought 100 Bud Light beer cans to shoot them and waste a whole bunch of fucking alcohol. Don't get me wrong, it's Bud Light, so I'm not exactly out there like, no, we need to save that, but like, still costs water to make it, right? Still water in that shit. Matter of fact, it's mostly water by volume. And you're just kind of wasting it by shooting it for a political stunt, aren't you? I don't know. That's my reckoning at the very least. But hey, it's alright. to be wasteful. As long as you get a bunch of attention doing it. Because make no mistake, there was a bunch of other chuds out there on the inner sphere, the interwebs, doing just the very same thing as soon as it kind of caught on. A bunch of attention. Alright. I gotta hopefully pick up the pace a little bit here because I do have to get going fairly soon. If I can get 2 full garbage bags out of this stream, it would be a good thing indeed. That thrown in there. It's a party, that's right. It's a pocket. It's a pocket party. Alright. All this stuff out of here. All of the big items. Hey! It's a glove like mine. It's kind of foreboding. It's not actually, but it's kind of like the litter collection version of, like, you know those movies where, like, there's like an underwater cave diver and they go into the cave and they find like a scuba mask or something like that, you know? They find like a tank just anonymously sitting there, you know? And you have to wonder, you know, where's the rest of it? What was attached to that tank? You know? Definitely not equivalent, but it is funny to draw these things. No, tiny piece of plastic, I want you to not blow away in the wind. I actually want you to get put in the garbage so that you don't needlessly litter our local environment. Thank you very much. Whew. There we go. Incremental progress, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is all about. Am I even pointing the camera properly at what I'm doing? I'm really not paying attention to my phone at the moment. I glance at it every once in a blue moon in order to kind of offhandedly see if anybody's chatting in the stream, but for the most part, my attention is elsewhere. Come on, trash bag. I thought we were over this. We've had a conversation about this earlier on the stream. Apparently not. I am quite impressed with how this battery is holding up. On days where I don't have a time restriction on being out here, that actually bodes quite well. That means, hopefully, that we'll be able to make more progress, especially on weekends, although I might come back here tomorrow and do this some more. Get the job finished, you know, and then move on some of the other spots. Come on now, trash man. You see, that's another thing as well, the wind. If it wasn't so windy, this wouldn't be quite as much of a boondoggle to kind of finagle everything around. But I don't think it's been the end of the world. I think that we've still, in spite of those couple hiccups, we've been able to make some pretty decent progress here. Almost done. Actually, we might just be able to, at least largely, get this cleared out before I gotta go, guys. Which would be ideal. Yes, indeed. Whew. Not too bad, guys. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. In fact, suitable for trash collection. However, that does not mean that other things around here do not fit the bill. Because surely enough, here they are. As much as I'm trying to prevent there from being just random leaf matter and stuff like that that's going to take up space. Can't be perfect about it. It's not if I want to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. Plus, I guess a little bit of it isn't a terrible thing, especially at the beginning, because it can add weight. It is a party indeed. Everybody sound off in chat if you're still here right now, watching. It would be cool to know who's hanging out right now. kicking it on this fine Monday. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, just give me 1 second here. I gotta confine the pocket. Hopefully this won't be a long stint. I don't have 10 minutes. It'll be some kind of long-term solution. It's not because of you, it's me. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let me do a quick reverse camera just to show my absolutely disheveled character right now. How's it going? How's it going, dude? We're taking care of it bit by bit. It was originally as chaotic as this absolute excuse of a leftward part on my hairline right now. However, bit by bit, things are in fact getting better. So anyways, let's get back to it. Alright. Don't have too much time left, so gotta make the most of it. Got to make the most of it. For sure. I might have to come back briefly at the beginning of my next stream doing trash cleanup just to kind of finish this off. But largely, the worst of it has been dealt with. That cup was buried in there. That could have been a geological discovery if I was any more embedded in the ground. Oh boy. I didn't catch it, but there was some kind of dispute going on over there at that four-way intersection. Sorry that I missed the amazing drama that just took place right there. My bad, guys. Too busy trying to, help the planet. And at that point, also help myself get this fucking garbage bag. You know what I need? I need one of those wire frames that they have that you can put the garbage bags around. That way it doesn't blow in the wind and you can easily, just deposit stuff in them. That's what I need. That would be good. What time are we at, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, we're at 4:30. I think we are getting on the verge of having to end the stream here. We're not quite at that level yet. We can still make some last minute additions to Mr. Garbage Bag, so that he doesn't feel quite so inadequate compared to his other garbage bag friend over here. Because it's important to not feel inadequate in the garbage bag world. That person may have been honking at me. That was nice of them. I think they waved at me when I looked up at their vehicle. That was nice. Woo! Alright, we can power through this. We don't have a lot of time. But that doesn't mean that we can't deal with this. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. No. Get rid of the plant. Keep plastic foil thingy. There we go. This. If it will cooperate. If it will cooperate. It just quite literally wants to go everywhere but inside. It's like filibustering. It's literally trying to run out the clock in my last moments. Trying to do this stream. No, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, in the final hour of this stream, I will ask one more time. If you haven't, please drop a like. It would be much appreciated. And subscribe if you haven't already as well. That would also be super cool. I plan on doing content like this semi-regularly. Because I think that content like this that, you know, functions properly. Sorry, once again, for my audio cutting out. I've never had that happen with these headphones. I've never had them cut in and out like that. Definitely have to look into that and see what's going on. It's very unusual, to say the least. Alrighty. What time are we at? Alright, about 5 more minutes. Clear up some of the last of this stuff. This all is. There's something hiding in here that I've been missing all this time. There's a couple things hiding in here. Let's get those out. There might be something over here as well. Yep, So there is. Yeah, I can't let this stuff get away from me. No siree. Clean up, Barney. So yeah. How does that one go again? Yeah. Clean up. Something. Yeah. It's all about the cleanup, Robin. Thanks for coming by. There's been a few people here today that have stopped by in the comment section. Had Robin, Achilles, Big Bad Mama. Phantom X11 stopped by earlier as well. That was pretty cool. Yeah, we've had a few different people that have stopped by today on the stream, so much appreciated. I always love to interact with members of my community. Also, saw a couple of faces around here, both today and especially on my last live stream. Some new people popped in, said hello, which is always cool. Always much appreciated. Professor Hizzle. Good man, Aiden. Thank you very much, good sir. Always good to see you around these parts. Alright. Won't quite be as full as the other garbage bag was, unfortunately. But it's still pretty full, it must be said. Decent progress was in fact made on this live stream. Let nobody say otherwise. Alright. Almost done. Alright, one or two more kind of strafing runs back and forth here to collect bits and bobs and garbage. Ooh, that's a metal container right there. Gotta be careful with that. Spam. Good God. That is faded. As a matter of fact, I think that might be one of the old spam logos. And that might be from like the 90s or some shit. Who knows? I'm not exactly up to date on the current state of the spam brand. I can, however, use it as a convenient little container to put other items into, and thus increase my trash capacity, which is kind of vital at the 11th hour here, as we're trying to do our final trash run here. It's the final trash run. Na, 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 na. Yeah, we could definitely come back here, though. We could definitely do one more live stream in this area, tidying up. But anyways, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna have to confine you to the pocket once more. Just a moment. be told, that's a relief. That's a relief. Because I do not relish working with those gloves, let alone double gloves. Alright, I'm going to do one quick kind of scan of the area, before and after. Let's do that. Let's do that right at the very end here. So, I could zoom. Oh, I could zoom. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Weep, weep. Enhance. Weep, weep. Look at that shit. There's features on this thing. I didn't even know. Anyways, before and after, ladies and gentlemen, you can go back to the very beginning to see how bad it was before. Not too bad. Not too bad. So, I'm gonna grab these two here trash bags. And I'm gonna get going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hanging around, and have a good one.